OpenAI just launched ChatGPT Agent. I'm going to give you a full rundown of how it's different to ChatGPT Operator, because if you remember earlier this year, they launched ChatGPT Operator that can actually go onto your web browser and do things like click, type, and scroll on websites. Now, here are the key differences. Apart from having those little text boxes that tell you what it's doing every step of the way, it can connect to your apps. So like your Gmail, calendar, your Drive, basically like connectors to all your different apps to give it more context. And the third one is deep research. So with everything is scraping from the web, it can interpret and understand that more deeply so that it can take better action. So for example, it can book restaurant reservations based on your Gmail calendar. So this is happening all inside the ChatGPT browser, which is its own virtual computer. You can basically close your computer and come back to it once it's finished. With that research mode, you can also create a spreadsheet where it can go and do its own research by finding financial data and even accessing PDFs. Now, does it have access to your cursor? No, it doesn't. It actually is working off its own virtual computer. In short, it's like having a human assistant go and do the research based on what you're looking for, what your budget is and your criteria, and accessing your personal calendar to see when you're available to make that booking, which was basically what we were promised 6 months ago with ChatGPT Operator. So why did this not take off before? Now, I tried ChatGPT Operator and all these web browser stuff, and it always kept breaking, or it would constantly stop and ask me, can I have permission to do this? So it wasn't as autonomous as I would like to hope. But on the other hand, I do understand why you need a human in the loop because of privacy reasons like entering your credit card details or the risk of having hidden malicious prompts on these websites that are asking your agent for your private information. In order to make this process a lot more seamless, I can see why ChatGPT is working on a web browser to compete with Google Chrome and Perplexity's Comet, because if everything runs on their web browser, it'll be a lot more seamless in their whole ecosystem. But right now, how does it compare to Manus and GenSpark? Like ChatGPT, it can also click and browse the web, scrolling to gather data, and produce slideshows like this. GenSpark can also do the same. In my opinion, GenSpark looks much nicer. Currently, I don't have access to ChatGPT Agent, but it is currently rolling out to all the paid users right now. Enterprise and education coming later in July. What do you guys think of this? Yay or nay?